Good afternoon and welcome to Galactic Soul Healing. My name is Sonia. Today I'm going to do a reading based on Sirian and Pleiadean messages. We're just going to use 3 or 4 decks. I've got an extra deck here actually, Whole Grace, Angels and Ancestors as well. But we're going to start with the Isis Oracle by Lana Fairchild, and also the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. And we also have the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards by Yasmin Borland. So let's get shuffling, and I apologise for the hiatus. I haven't done a video for a little while. I've been doing a few other things. But that's life, isn't it? So I'd just like to just mention again that if anything I say doesn't resonate, please don't take it on. And if something does resonate or pique your interest, please look into it further. You're most welcome to do your own research, of course. And so also just like to call in Sirian guides, any archangels as well, any ascended masters, elementals, animal spirits, any ancestor spirit guides, and also any other galactic collectives that would like to have input. I have a feeling the Pleiadian collective may well have input here as well. Now we'll just keep shuffling and then we'll cut the cards. So there's been a lot of some really awesome energies going around, and also some really low vibe, confusing kinds of stuff happening as well on our Earth at the moment. But the good news is that what we are going through collectively, other civilizations, galactically speaking, have gone through previously, and they are here to assist and to mentor us through this process, should we choose to contact them and receive their assistance. So we are in actually a really awesome position, because the other thing too is that what we are going through in terms of processing and overcoming our traumas and deep wounds, some of these other galactic civilizations are still fine-tuning their own process as well, fine-tuning their own evolution, and we are participating in their evolution just as they're participating in ours, so that's really exciting. Been doing a little bit of research. I'm just going to give a lady a bit of a plug here. Name of Lissa Royal Holt. She's a galactic intuitive channeler. Her name is spelled Lyssa Royal and Holt, Holt. So if you would like to Google her and check out her website, she's got some awesome stuff. She's also published some galactic heritage cards, which I have purchased and are on the way. So I'm going to be incorporating those into my readings as well. So it's going to be awesome. Doing a bit of research, sort of studying the videos that she's put out as well. So and it's really awesome to get a really big, the nice big picture of what's going on with our evolution and understanding all the patterning that we are working through. So we've cut the cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put out 2. It's saying 3. Okay. I had Lady Isis sort of come through last night. Very big on time to step into our creativity and our intuition, time to honour those aspects of ourselves and integrate them with our mental body and also physically, because as you know, anything energetic or high frequency the effects of that we can feel through the physical body as well. And you know what? I'm actually going to shuffle the angels and ancestors as well, because this is a beautiful earthy feel. And as you know, the Sirians and Pleiadians helped our humanity here on Earth very early on in our civilization's inception. They were there to support and guide us. Sirians were very spiritual, and kind of really wanted to help us in that area, and they showed us the way in a lot of respects. A few little things kind of went awry, but that's part of the learning process as they were going through their own evolution at that point as well. It wasn't that anything bad went on, it was just that sometimes over many thousands of years, the way we look at things and the way we approach things can become a little unbalanced. Okay. And we can have the best of intentions, but it's always a challenge to do things in balance, and that's what we are evolving to now, becoming more aware of the need for balance and integration of masculine and feminine aspects as well, and overcoming the polarity, getting back to non-duality. So let's look at the first deck here. And this is Spirit of Isis. Okay, well, Triumph of the Goddess. So Isis was, of course, depicted in the Egyptian mythology, and there's the energy of Isis and Ra and Horus and Osiris were energies that had quite a spiritual message behind them. So they were all about soul work, about evolution, and about really integrating masculine and feminine aspects. Spirit of Isis. So this is, you can definitely call on this energy to assist you with your own ascension process and evolution. Now I've got the this is awesome. You know what, I literally just decided to pick a card out of this deck just for fun before I did this reading. I just cut the deck randomly, and this is the card that came up. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open, and I've just reshuffled and recut the deck and it's come out again. It's amazing. So this is about using our heart as a portal, okay? So and the heart is the integration point. So what I'm getting is that the masculine and feminine aspects are going to become integrated within the heart space. And this is where we're going to be able to really grow and flourish, because the heart is a major chakra, and this little symbol here is the can't focus, is the Anahata, I believe, in Indian terms, the heart chakra, and also really good, awesome to do at this point. A nice centering meditation where you are sensing the energies of the earth, sensing the energies of the heavens, and then just allowing those energies to come together in your heart space, and just feeling really centered and grounded in that, which is really awesome. Feeling quite safe and secure in your heart space too, because it has a lot of potentials held in the heart, a lot of power, a lot of awesome things. And wow, okay, we have another Egyptian, this is awesome actually. Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. Wow, that image is really powerful. Can you see all the stars there? An Egyptian deity figure that has deified and depicted in the Egyptian texts, of course. But as we know, these beings were did manifest physically and energetically on Earth a long time ago. But their presence and their energy is still felt. And Thoth is really good for if you want to do any writing or calling upon creative energy, or even like perhaps using technology in a spiritual way. Just using that energy there. And yeah, this is really awesome. Light initiation. So our light bodies are switching on, and a beautiful heart chakra activating, and we have it's a spirit of balance and harmonizing of masculine and feminine. And here we have shapeshifter. Okay, transform and unveil your gifts. Wow. Yes, and a lot of the Syrian civilization had to go through a process of transmuting their tendency for secrecy, because when they were on Earth helping us, humanity, in a positive, benevolent ways, there were other beings here that kind of were seeking to thwart that process or sabotage it. So they had to do a lot of things in secrecy. And then they had to sort of transmute that tendency over time to hide things. And a lot of people that have had Syrian past lives as Syrians, they do tend to be a little more withdrawn, kind of quite private people. And so part of this transformational process, which is not necessarily shape-shifting, but it's about transforming and unveiling or accessing, acknowledging, even discovering what your hidden gifts are, and really claiming them, owning them, and nurturing them, looking after them, supporting them within yourself, even and seeking spiritual guidance as to how you can use those, but also looking inward at towards your own intuition, and even meditating on your heart space as to how those gifts can come forward. There's some beautiful symbology here with animals as well. We've got the wolf and the eagle. So the eagle, bird, higher consciousness, big picture thinking, wolf sort of quite a bit more grounded on the earth, pack mentality, community mentality, working with others. So combining these two things now is about bringing those gifts down of your higher consciousness into a solid, practical way of expressing them. I really love these images. And there might be something else that comes up from this combination for you. Please jot down any thoughts that you have based on these images. Or there might even be like emotional things that come up. This actually looks quite shamanic, doesn't it? And also I was looking at, see how this is like an animal face here, and this is more like human. So it's kind of really alluding to looking deeper within, looking towards our deeper instincts. So perhaps our creative instinct, our intuitive instinct, just even getting more in touch with the earth, like being more looking to the natural cycles of things. So here we have the moon. Okay, I just saw that then. Yeah, you've got the wolf howling at the moon, but that's images too kind of go together there. But so just really looking at natural cycles. There's even a little circle here that kind of could be interpreted as a moon. There's actually a serpent. I don't know if you can see that. See that that artwork there is awesome. We've actually got a little serpent coming up here. Serpents are also symbols of transformation, healing, because they sort of shed their skin. So it's like about allowing things to fall away that are not going to be assisting you to kind of move forward. But there is a gentle balancing and integration process that goes on with that. Obviously, we can't just drop everything all of a sudden. It's going to be gradually over time. So, just remember gentleness and kindness and compassion as well with this whole process. So that's that. Right, we'll jump to the next deck. Okay, so here we have Isis again. Sorry about this focus, I can't know that. Oh, there we go. Temple of Carnelian, entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. Okay, so this is fairly huge because it's the this is actually a piece of carnelian here. So it's a beautiful orange stone. And very good for sacral chakra, so creativity and intuition, okay? Sacral chakra being the one just below your belly button. And this is where a lot of our guilt is held, a lot of, perhaps traumas as well from past. And it's talking about either with your meditation or your spiritual practice, really grounding into that sacral chakra, perhaps doing some meditation with carnelian, you introducing, some of that orange colour. She put an orange nail polish today, which I kind of like. And tapping into your creativity as well. But perhaps even something else that's really awesome to activate this is actually dance. Because here it's kind of alluding to belly, so it's not necessarily belly dancing, but if you're doing yoga or stretching, it's really, as doing a lot of sedentary things, really that chakra energy can get quite blocked. So it's about moving, perhaps walking, dancing, doing a little more standing than sitting if you can. It's really kind of allowing that energy to flow through better and really activating that belly chakra, which is, it's a bit of a powerhouse of energy too. Once you can, it can energize you, is what I'm saying, if you can activate that. And wow, this is awesome because full moon in Aries. The little message here though is cool your emotions. But isn't that interesting how we have this? It is definitely an orangey kind of colour, which is kind of echoing that sacral chakra energy as well, which is kind of nice. So cool your emotions. Now, the other thing about the sacral chakra is if you jump on Meditative Mind, you can do a little sacral chakra meditation. And one of the lines that they use is that if you're thinking about the orange sphere in your sacral chakra, is to say something along the lines of, I am cool, I am calm, and I reflect things as they are. Okay, that's a little mantra that you can say, and that is directly from Meditative Mind, so I'm not claiming that as my own. I'm saying that's from somewhere else, but and this is literally what this is saying. Be cool and calm, okay, and reflect things as they are. Try not to take them on. Try not to take on guilt and fear and all those sort of low vibe emotional states. Try not to take them on. You can feel them, but don't take them on into your being and claim that they are you and you are them. Just notice them as feelings that will pass, okay? We don't want to over-attach to emotions because they do chop and change, don't they? But we have to acknowledge our emotions, but we don't want to attach to them overly as so much. Wow, Orion activation. Okay. Supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light. Okay, so there's a lot of things in our Orion lives that we would have experienced. Things like oppression, things like self-righteousness, things like power, perhaps domination or being dominated over. We probably would have experienced wars. And there's a lot of stuff there. But that civilization have worked through a lot of their issues. And Yeah, and so this is the thing, that some of these civilizations are going to be able to give us clues about how to transmute these deep wounds that that have kind of perhaps been exacerbated by our conditioning, or depending on our family of origin, what's gone on there, and also the past lives on Earth, what we've had, and galactically as well. But we just need to keep in mind that if we're feeling yucky, or we're feeling like everything's really bad, just to keep in mind that we may not have only experienced difficulty in this life, it may be compounded by past lives on Earth that have been difficult, as well as galactic experiences that have traumatized us. And having said that, there's probably also a lot of positive stuff that we've experienced galactically, but sometimes the traumas are held, it can sort of be held in terms of energies in our field, particularly if they've been extremely intense, okay? So it's sort of saying here that the Orion types of wounds or issues are perhaps going to be felt in those who have had lives in Orion, and they're going to come up for processing. So if you're feeling a lot of stuff going on that's really uncomfortable, just note that it may be stuff from Orion past lives that you've had that's coming up for processing. And just remember to breathe, okay? Breathe, do a little bit of research. Definitely jump on Lissa Royal Holt's website, and even jump on those little videos where she goes through all of her cards. You can also read her book called Prism of Lyra, which is just awesome, which sort of explains the whole, the highlights of how consciousness has evolved, going through separation, and then experiencing itself in myriads of ways, and then returning back to a state of wholeness, but knowing more than it did before. So that's just really awesome. But yeah, as far as the Earth goes, we're at the stage of, we've gone through separation. We're kind of at a turning point now of awakening into, okay, that has been what's happened, but now we're going to be moving back, starting that journey back towards integration of everything. And that is just really awesome news. I can't speak highly enough of Lissa Royal Holt. It's just awesome, her work that she's been doing. So, yeah, supernova. It does say recreation. So it's, saying go out and do something fun. Don't forget to move around. And, yeah. Oh, wow, an Egyptian again. So this is a Angels and Ancestors card. High Priest. Intend and create. So this is what we mentioned before, was that when Lady Isis came into my radar last night. Creativity, okay, and intuition, but also intention. So we really have to, get on board with this thing here about intention and creating, so using our creative gifts, okay? And it's just really, I'm really loving how we have got, this is a message from Sirians, and we've had, Gateway of Light, Egyptian, Thoth card, and now we've had this Angels of Ancestors, High Priest, and of course we've got Isis backing us up here as well. And is that all the cards? Yes. So that is really awesome, just reminding us to really activate our creativity. But notice how this is High Priest. So this is going to be creativity with a spiritual element, or it's going to feel spiritual as we do it, or it might be related to spirituality, it might be related to increasing understanding and awareness, it might be about mindfulness, it might be something you do that helps you to feel mindful. It could be any combination in different ways of how the spiritual and the creative come together, okay? And we have power of intent, so this is awesome. I'm really ecstatic about this. Now let's jump to the last stack here. Past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. Oh wow, okay. Oh my god, this is literally what our theme has kind of been evolving to, is that past lives, both galactic and earthly, okay, are influencing our present more than we realise. But, okay, we may have experienced traumas from these lives, but we also have a lot of understanding, knowledge, wisdom from these times, and that now, with our intent and our creativity, okay, and with our innate gifts, we are going to be able to really step up into our power. And it's not going to be the old paradigm of power. This is going to be a new paradigm of power, which has to do with the, wait for it, heart space, okay? It's going to be power from our hearts, which is just going to be, it's literally going to blow our minds and in our hearts. You know, it's going to be absolutely fantastic, because we're going to be just expanding in new ways. Okay, it's going to be really cool. The many spiritual faces of you. Okay, so if you have had, more than likely you've had earthly past lives and you've gone through spiritual growth during those lives, you've experienced things, and also galactically you've experienced things. Okay, you have more spiritual understanding and wisdom than you realise. And it's really good to, if you can start embarking on some soul work of some sort, you know, through meditation or perhaps transpersonal processes. You know, you can sort of look into that and see what you might like to do, just to kind of get a sense and a feel of, you know, you aren't just the physical body, and it's not just this life that's impacting you. Okay, you have a multitude of things that make up your soul essence and your purpose and why you are here, okay, which is really exciting. Reveal what needs to be seen. Okay, this is a confirmation of the hidden, of the rebirth one here, but also, the unveiling. Okay, I've picked up this card a number of times, this unveiling card. Reveal what needs to be seen. Okay, so it's about going into those depths, even into the sacral chakra, which is where your creativity and intuition are held, and or one of the areas. And yeah, and this is Scorpio too. Okay, last quantum meaning Scorpio. Scorpio is very can be quite intense, but it's actually transformational as well. Okay, and this is what working through our galactic past lives means, is that the Orion activation, it can mean that we are going to be seeing or be revealing within ourselves the traumas and the wounds that we need to work through. Okay, and it's going to be really helpful. Okay, so we've had this one. So this one here is Sword of Light. Wow, divine protection. Cords cut, breakthrough energy. Okay, so we're going to be getting some spiritual assistance from the light beings, the powers of light. If you align yourself with the forces of light, okay, and ask for some divine protection. You might like to ask archangels or any guides from galactic collectives, ascended masters as well. And gradually over time, they're going to be these cords that are holding you back, that are preventing you from moving forward. You know, it's going to be like, this is light here, Thoth light codes. It's going to be like magic. And the teacher within you will awaken. Okay, this is light initiation. So this is awesome, and about keeping your heart open as well. Yep, that is cool. And any of these images, once again, if you have other meanings that come up, please jot them down. Breakthrough energy. So this is about, you might get to the point where you go, okay, I've had wounds. I can see them for what they are. They are just experiences. And I actually have power now to intend and create and move forward. This card here. It's one thing to say something or to acknowledge it intellectually. That's the first step. But for it to be felt within the emotional body, and even in the physical body and expressed out, that's when it goes even deeper, and you'll feel like you're even shifting into another realm with understanding yourself. So that is going to be awesome. A lot of us are going to be experiencing this breakthrough energy. And the cause of cut is really the cord between our ego that likes to keep us in familiarity and pain. That it's really about attitudes and understandings and concepts and beliefs. Okay, this is what the cutting is going to be about. Thus sort of like chipping away at those little things, those little core beliefs that are not helping us. Okay, so and we're going to have more awareness around this, and we're going to be protected as we do this. The spirit guides are literally cheering us on. Okay, so just remember that you do have protection throughout this process, and you can ask for more protection if you feel that you need it. Okay. Air Guardian, shift your perception. Okay, right, so what I'm getting here is that if we shift our perception, we're going to be shifting our awareness. And when we shift our awareness, our reality can shift. Okay, and then if we keep doing that, the paradigm is going to shift. So this is where we need to, in terms of our power, we need to understand that connection between what our consciousness is doing and what's happening then as a result around us. Because the mind is the key here, okay? But the mind is the driver, the thoughts are the drivers of the feelings in some ways. And also the mind drives the body and the actions. So if we can shift our perception, okay, even if we can get more mindful, more relaxed, change our state of consciousness, go out in nature, we do this enough times, we start integrating it into our lives, we start to feel more peace. And there's other things you can do, okay, it's not just these things. Then you, over time, you can shift your whole reality, your whole focus. And the air is the element of the mental body, okay? So that is actually going to be a really powerful aid and a tool and a strategy for us to use to help us to connect in with our emotions, connect in with our emotional body, connect in with our energy body and our physical body, okay? Become more aware of our thoughts. What are our patterns of thinking, and how are they affecting our feelings? Because as you know, sometimes if you think a particular way and you do it over and over, it can snowball, and then there are emotions that can come in alongside of that perhaps not helping your situation or helping you to feel more grounded, centered, and aligned within yourself. Okay, and remember to also connect with the earth. I really love these cards, these angels and ancestors. And so that has been the reading for today. I hope that's been helpful. But once again, like if I've said anything that hasn't quite resonated, because sometimes I kind of make connections, but then it's not just a small few things that can do that. There are other things that can impact, okay? So just be aware that this is my take on the cards, okay? You may have a completely different take. But that's what we're here for. We're here to be unique and diverse. We're here to learn from each other if we can, and or if that's what's needed. And I'm just going to look at this, the artwork on this. This is also looking at the elements. We have fire, earth, air, and water here. Earth, air, and water. Like Yeah, that's really awesome. So, right, thank you, Sirian guides and others for that reading. And I am going to wrap it up there. And you have a great day. And yeah, just remember to do your daily spiritual practice. And yep, we've got this. We've got this ascension thing. So I shall leave you to have an awesome day. Thanks.